مساء الخير. اليوم موضوعي هو عن suturing techniques. Suture is a stitch or series of stitches made to secure a position of the edges. راح يسوي تقارب بين ال edges of a surgical or traumatic wound. Suture materials is an artificial fibers used to keep wound together until they hold themselves by natural يعني اللي ما تلتئم by itself, which is synthesized and woven into a stronger scar. Goals of suturing: wind edge opposition راح يسوي تقارب بين ال edges مالت الwind, provide adequate tension, maintain hemostasis, aid in wound healing راح يساعد بالhealing, avoid wound infection راح يمنع الانفكشن, produce aesthetically pleasing scar by approximating skin edge. Suture characteristic عندنا ال physical structure اللي هي monofilament والmultifilament. المونوفيلامنت this suture material is smooth and tends to slide through tissues easily. هي تكون smooth وراح تكون تنغرز بسهولة خلال التشوز مالت السكن. difficult to knot راح بصعوبة راح يصير بها عقدة. can be damaged by gripping it with needle holder or forceps. إذا كمشناها بالنيدل هولدر راح يصير بها قطع للsuture material that can lead to fracture of the suture materials. هسه نجي على multi-filaments. هي عكس monofilaments, easy to note, have a greater surface area than monofilaments, have a capillary actions where bacteria may lodge and be responsible for persistent infections. This material can be coated with silicone in order to make it smooth. مساء الخير. اليوم موضوع هسه نجي على الأدوات اللي نستخدمها بالسوتشرينج. هي needle holder, suture needle and suture material. البارتس مالت النيدل هولدر هي الوركينج تيب اللي هي الجوز and hinge joint, shank اللي هي البادي, الكاتش ميكانيزم اللي هي الراتشت and grip area. made السوتشر نيدل. البارتس مالت السوتشر نيدل هي التيب اللي هي البوينت and body اللي هو الشافت and eye switched end. classification of needle according to shape. طبعا هي راح تكون يا اما straight يا curved. according to eye راح تكون eyed needle هي راح تكون traumatic حادة, او eyeless needle traumatic راح تكون rounded. classification of needle according to cutting edge راح تكون يا اما round body or cutting body. cutting body راح تكون conventional or reverse cutting. according to its tip يا اما triangular يا اما round يا اما blunt. suture materials. ideal properties مالت suture materials لازم تكون easy to handle, predictable behavior in tissues, predictable tensile strength, sterile اللي تكون معقمة, secure knotting ability, minimal tissue reaction راح تكون من يعني reaction مع التشو راح يكون قليل, non-allergenic, non-carcinogenic and non-shrinkage. classification of suture materials according to source يا اما تكون natural يا اما synthetic يا اما metallic. according to structure يا اما filament يا monofilament يا اما multifilament. goals of suturing: wind edge opposition راح يسوي تقارب بين ال edges مالت الwind, provide adequate tension, maintain hemostasis, aid in wound healing راح يساعد selection of suture materials. راح نختار ال suture materials according to condition of the wound, tissue to be repaired, tensile strength, knot holding characteristics, reaction of surrounding tissues. نجي على multi-filaments. هي عكس monofilaments, easy to note, have a greater surface area than monofilaments, have a capillary actions where bacteria may lodge and be responsible for persistent infections. This material can be coated with silicone in order to make it smooth. Principle of suturing: the depth of penetration would be equal on both sides of incision line. The needle always passes from the movable tissue to the fixed tissue, thinner tissue to the thicker tissue, and deeper tissue to the superficial tissue. suturing techniques. suturing techniques عندنا أنواع اللي هي interrupted suture, continuous suture, matrix suture, figure 8 suture, and subcuticular suture. البارتس مالت النيدل هولدر هي الوركينج تيب اللي هي الجوز and hinge joint shank اللي هي البادي الكاتش mechanism اللي هي ratchet and grip area made السوتشر نيدل. البارتس مالت السوتشر نيدل هي التيب اللي هي البوينت and body اللي هو الشافت and eye switched end. classification of needle according to shape طبعا هي راح تكون يا اما classification of needle according to cutting edge راح تكون يا اما round body or continuous over and over suture. classification of suture materials according to source يا اما تكون natural يا اما synthetic يا اما metallic according to structure يا اما filament يا monofilament يا اما multifilament. هنا overview of vertical mattress suture. عندنا هنا another technique اللي هي figure 8 suture راح نستخدمها for extraction socket closure and adaptation of gingival papilla around the tooth. Suture is a stitch or series of stitches made to secure a position of the edges راح يسوي تقارب بين ال edges of a surgical or traumatic wound. Suture materials is an artificial fibers used to keep wound together until they hold themselves by natural يعني removal of suture طبعا كل part إلى مدة محددة for removal. face from 3 to 5 days, lip from 3 to 5 days, oral cavity from 6 to 8 days, neck from 5 to 6 days, and scalp from 7 to 10 days, chest 10 to 14 days, abdomen 10 to 14 days, and leg 10 to 14 days. Suturing techniques. Suturing techniques عندنا أنواع اللي هي interrupted suture, continuous suture, mattress suture, figure 8 suture, and subcuticular suture. البارتس مالت النيدل هولدر هي الوركينج تيب اللي هي الجوز and hinge joint shank اللي هي البادي الكاتش mechanism اللي هي ratchet and alternatives to suture عندنا يا اما staples راح تكون مثل على شكل كابسة او كليبسات tissue adhesives اللي هي مثل الأشرطة الصير or tape. The disadvantages not absolute alternative to mechanical means and more tissue reaction. And thank you.